live in the dungeon. This is the Dream Warrior Review. I'm Kurt Thomas.
I'm Strawn.
Six tales of a life of violence in the Old West following a singing gunslinger, a bank robber, a traveling impresario, an elderly prospector, a wagon train, and a perverse pair of bounty hunters.
That was pretty good. I haven't even read that yet. That was pretty excellent.
Yeah,
I have to say.
not bad.
I'm glad I got over my cold because my voice is very silky, and obviously I bring a lot to the table here. But anyway, let's talk about Ballad of Buster Scruggs.
Talk about the Ballad of Buster Scruggs.
That was probably the most annoying intro there, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was pretty bad. So
this is a Coen brother movie.
Yes, it is a Coen brother movie. Is actually
which is why the title's weird.
It was anthologistic.
Yes.
So there were a bunch of short stories that were put together.
I thought the opening one was freaking awesome.
The opening one was amazing, and you know what? A lot more to do with style.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, the style, especially of the first. There was an upbeat style, even if people were getting killed left and right.
Oh, and the gore was great.
And the gore was well done, and still it was happy gore.
I was mad that it was over, actually. I enjoyed it.
I was mad that the first one was over. I was like, wow, that went quick.
And then I felt like I got a little bored after that. And then I felt like it was kind of hit or miss.
Yeah.
So it was very...
I was going to use the same phrase. I was going to say hit or miss for the rest of them, like the prospecting one.
Yeah, the prospect, yeah.
There was...
and you thought it was predictable, maybe.
Predictable, yeah.
The thespian one was kind of a downer and really slowed it down for me. I'm like, oh, God.
Which one?
The guy that... the no arms and no legs. The guy that was sitting in the stage.
Yes, that was... and hyper predictable.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. It was, and you're right about it being a downer. It's funny because there was a certain pacing thing to the show that it wanted to show you. It was like a concert.
Yeah, very quick.
Where you see a quick song and a slow song and a quick song and a slow song and a quick song.
Do you know what it reminds me of? Mm-hmm. Gilbert Gottfried when he did USA Up All Night.
Yeah.
Or Svengoolie or the girl, Elvira.
Elvira?
So stuff like that where they have they'll show a bad movie and then in between they'll show really short skits that are really stupid.
Exactly. And
or Mystery Science Theater, I guess. But I was remembering watching Up All Night with Gilbert Gottfried when I was in high school and junior high.
Yeah.
And how he'd jump in and do all these really bizarre things and then they go back to the movie. This would be perfect for that kind of thing.
It would be. I was going to say that the real star of all of these was the production design.
Oh, absolutely.
Whoever production designed these was
That's pretty much
brilliant.
the case for any of their movies, I think.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right.
I really like the bank that was off by itself, and there's a bad water.
That's right. The bank and the bar at the very beginning, which was put in a place that the first bar was in a place that no bar would ever be.
Did you notice some of the buildings? You can see the back where it was just you could tell it was just a flat.
Yeah, you could
building.
just tell it was just a flat. But that for some reason that was kind of part of it too.
Yeah,
especially one of the banks that they walked into was so obviously a flat.
I was hoping that they would kind of weave them in, have Buster Scruggs kind of weaved in. I don't know. I was hoping for that, but it didn't happen.
Right. Well, there was a reason for that.
Yeah.
So, I just loved. I loved the first one. I kind of liked all the upbeat ones, and all the downbeat ones were kind of.
Well, I just thought it slowed down too much. I don't know. It could have been, like you said, the fast pace, but then you had this really long one with the actor that was
right. Well, if you're gonna, and also,
the actors who were in this are pretty amazing.
Yeah, pretty.
I mean, it's a great cast. It's an awesome cast.
It is an awesome cast.
That's probably one of my favorite Liam Neeson roles.
Absolutely.
Yeah. He didn't really do much.
He wasn't very nice.
No. But you gotta love chickens, right?
Yeah. Well. Yeah, more than as it turned out.
Oh, and then the one with the girl that was about to be married. That was pretty interesting. How that kind of progressed.
Yeah,
that's a good way to put it. I don't know.
Yeah, I got to admit that I had no idea where that one was going, and at the end I was like, wow, that's kind of heartbreaking, you know.
I did like the coach driver. He it reminded me a little bit of like Young Frankenstein or something. Like,
yeah,
the coach driver. He just kind of disappeared for a minute, and then came back out.
He's going the other way. Yeah. What I thought was the attention to detail of you didn't really. It's like there was a certain extent to where you weren't able to understand how ethereal the whole thing was, but it was cemented by the fact that he turned around and headed back, and you were like, oh yeah, end of the line, as in end of the line.
I think if I was going to watch it again, though, I'd probably stop it after the angel, and then that would be it for me.
Yeah, no, I'm with you on that.
The first 5 minutes was unbelievable, I thought.
Yeah, I would definitely.
I did learn something, though. It really sucks to be in the Old West, apparently.
Apparently, yeah. Apparently, not so nice. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. I was kind of maybe a 3. For me, it's like a 3.4.
Oh,
I'm not up to a 4, but
I'm gonna say a 2.8. I did not.
I thought it was well done, and actually the design and the look of everything was beautiful, and the acting was great.
Yeah.
So I give a little bit more credit, I guess, for that.
But at the same time, I'm
kind of just over 3.
You know, the thing is, in general, I detest anthologies. I mean, I
don't mind them.
If I'm gonna put the effort in, I want it to, you know,
I don't mind anthologies.
Be built on a story.
I like it better if it kind of weaves together somehow. Like, I don't know if you ever saw 4 Rooms. They kind of connected them a little bit.
Yeah.
Or like if there's something like happening in a certain place and things are happening later.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Exactly.
Or like that movie with in the hotel, Bad El Royale.
Yeah.
Where you're kind of like doing different time periods.
Right. And you're
somehow
doing
connecting them.
That's right, in the connection. But this one,
it was just a bunch of short stories.
Just a bunch of short
that's why it was hit or miss, because one story could be more interesting than the next one.
Also the thing is the downer ones were the long ones.
Yeah.
And I just kept getting the feeling, especially the one with that guy, right?
Yeah.
With the
prospector?
No. Because that one was kind of sweet. The one with the guy with no arms and no legs.
Yeah.
I thought it was incredibly long.
It was.
Oh man, I thought I could take half of this. I could have cut that in half and made it a much more interesting story.
It was just kind of pointless too. Like, it's just kind of okay. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah.
They didn't really have, like, the other ones had endings. They had definite endings.
Yeah, right. And that one.
This one didn't really have an ending. It just kind of okay. Now we're gonna fade out.
Right. Yeah.
There's a chicken. Now we're fading out. That's basically
close up on chicken. Fade out.
So yeah. So you don't have any stories about chickens or?
Wow, about chickens. That's a really good question. Do I have a story?
Do you
about
like how I don't know where that came from, but yeah, prominent thing.
I know that I did work one time.
Story time.
Story time. It's story time with Mick.
Story time with Mick.
Story time with Mick.
Story time with Mick. Story time with Mick. Story time with Mick.
With an advertising executive who was like, he was very down on his luck, or down on his. What do I say?
Down on his cluck. Oh, sorry.
I'm going to tell you why that's appropriate. He was head of an I mean, he was kind of like a burnt out alcoholic. I'm going to say it right now. I'm not going to say what show that I worked on with him, but his claim to fame was, and this was back before you could check on such things, but he started the very first advertising campaign that starred the rubber chicken, and that was the first company.
Oh, wow.
That advertising group was the first ones that made the rubber chicken, and then had to start making rubber chickens because they were so popular. They were made originally as an advertising campaction.
Wow. And we were just talking about Svengoolie, who has rubber chickens in his show.
That's exactly
weird. It's all connected.
It's like a short. It's like a series of short stories.
It's like an anthology here.
Woo!
This is our anthology
Twilight
episode
Zone.
about an anthology movie.
It's like Twilight Zone. So yeah, I mean that's so I knew that guy.
That's cool.
Right, you know.
Huh.
And he used to bring in one of the advertising chickens, which was kind of an odd. It was smaller than your regular rubber chicken, and it barely even looked like a rubber chicken anymore because it was just falling apart.
Oh man.
Well, old latex.
Yeah.
I mean, they made them out of latex because they weren't exactly, they didn't exactly care one way or the other whether it lasted even a year. And latex is being a natural rubber is kind of prone to falling apart. So
I had a friend in Florida who gave me one of these. I don't even know what it was. It was just this weird guy. It was a piece of latex toy. It was like had a balloon on the end,
right?
And you squeezed it and it made this farting noise, but it was shaped like a butt.
Yeah.
And the guy had a face on the front, and it was from like the 80s.
Right.
And so she gave it to me because she thought it was funny, and it worked for about, I don't know, maybe 10 times. And then,
right. That's latex.
It kind of just disintegrated in my hand one time.
That's latex.
So I'm like, wow, what happened?
I could say that I do have a close association with ducks. When we were
this is a foul episode.
Yeah, it is a foul. Spell that any way you want. On Tales from, not Tales from the Dark Side, but Freddy's Nightmares, there was a competition between the grip department and the art department to see who could get the most ducks into a given episode. And they would do it with...
Did they have to be live ducks or just duck?
No, just a duck.
Okay.
I mean, we had ducks in paintings. We had ashtrays that looked like ducks. We had duck themed kitchens. We had duck themes everywhere.
Did DuckTales count on hairdos?
No. You had to have a duck, and it had to be a rubber duck. It had to be that shape, that rubber duck shape. That was the rule.
Wow.
And they had gobos. They had the advantage that they could literally put a screen of ducks up by every shadow in a place would be a duck. And the weird thing is that nobody ever caught on. I mean, sometimes I would go in and look, I would go, wow, this is getting out of hand.
I feel like you're going to ruin some episodes for me.
I would look around and go, wow, this is just getting out of hand, and they would be everywhere, and nobody ever noticed, But truly, this is a show that was the bastard child of everybody involved. Yeah. I mean, just absolutely the bastard child of everybody involved. Nobody gave a crap one way or the other.
So I can't say I enjoyed Freddy's Nightmares because I haven't seen maybe one episode.
Gotcha.
Back in the day.
Gotcha. Yeah, they're uneven to say the least.
I tried watching one on YouTube, but it was so bad quality.
And they're terrible.
Yeah.
And the thing is the company, Warner Brothers, has a release of them that they put on the net that are just terrible. I mean, it looks like they filmed off of a VHS copy.
Yeah, it was.
With an Instamatic camera.
Yeah. I caught one though that was interesting because it was Roseanne. It was kind of a crossover episode where they walked over to a house, and it was Freddy's house. It was the most bizarre thing. I found that on YouTube. I don't remember what I was searching for, but I found it was Roseanne episode that had Freddy's Nightmares. I think it was when they first put the show out.
Yeah, I kind of vaguely remember that. Yeah.
So I think they were promoting the show early on, I guess.
Yeah.
So
it was about the right time. I mean, for like maybe number 5 or something, I think.
Right.
Yeah, something like that.
Huh.
Well. So we've done everything that is required of us in this.
We've rated it. We've talked about it. We had a story.
And now we're both going to die.
Yep. Thanks for joining us on the Dream Warrior Review podcast. Don't forget to tell your friends about us, follow us, and, of course, like us. We can be found on Podbean, which is an amazing app, YouTube, Stitcher, Alexa on any pod, iTunes, Google Play. We're on Twitter as well, at DW Review, and, of course, Facebook. You can find us there. You can also email us at dreamwarriorreview@gmail.com.